Well, I am back in Bluebird. It's been 3 months since my epic RV trip late summer this year. Can't believe it's already been 3 months. I finished late September and it's now late December. And it feels good, as always, to be back in my Bluebird. It feels like a second home to me, and I haven't seen her in 3 months, so it was wonderful to see her. And she started right up like a charm, and she, everything seems to be working, so I'm thrilled about that. I'm storing it in a place where there's no overhead cover, and she's getting a lot of pine needles on the roof because there's a big pine tree right above it. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I don't want to try to get up there and put on a big old cover myself and then have to take it off again. I just can't do it. So when I walked in yesterday, because we've been having a lot of rain here in California, I wanted to, make sure my nose was working well to see if I smelled any moldy type smells. But so far, I'm not smelling anything because it's really been raining and it's going to continue to rain. But so far, so good. I think she's sealed pretty tight on the roof there. So that's good news. I am actually camping right now. It's Christmas morning. I'm about to head over to my sister's house. The place where I park my RV is very close to where she lives, so it's awfully convenient because I can, because this place where I store my RV is 90 minutes away from where I live. And the reason for that is it's so cheap compared to where I live. Plus, it's closer to my sister, and so it's been convenient to be able to come up here and stay in the rig, because I can camp right here nearby, and then I have a place to stay because she doesn't really have room in her home. So that's been wonderful. So I'm planning on staying here a couple more nights, and then I'm going to hopefully head up to the Redwoods to do some camping in the winter here. And hopefully that will happen. We're having a lot of rain here and some flooding, and so I have to just monitor the weather and see. I'm going to a campground called Richardson Grove, and it's a first come, first serve campground. And so I haven't been to the Redwoods in a while, so I'm hoping to be able to enjoy that. So I just haven't done a whole lot since the trip, but after 3 months, I'm really hankering to get out there and do a little trip. I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm also off of work for the Christmas holiday until after New Year's. So I thought, okay, this is the opportunity for me to, get out there and enjoy some camping. I'm still dealing with my anxiety. One thing I'm working on is my omega-3s because I haven't been good over the years about doing enough fish in my diet or taking fish oil caps to get enough omega-3s. And in my research, I found out that omega-3s are really important for not only joint health, but, and anxiety, which I didn't know, or at least I forgot. So I'm working really hard to do more fish oils, and it can take a couple of months to see results, but I'm hoping that would help with my anxiety because, of course, I want to go a more natural route instead of drugs. So I'm just trying to do what I can. I'm also taking turmeric, curcumin, magnesium, GABA, and a couple of other supplements. And so I just want to see if I can deal with my anxiety to where it won't be so difficult for me to drive a long distance. So I got to tackle that. I can manage shorter distances, and that's fine. Like the Redwood Trees is, not that far. It's under 3 hours for me to get there. So that I can manage. But long trips for multiple weeks, I don't know about that at this point, unless I can get a handle on my anxiety. So I'm working on that. But for right now, it's just, through the winter and spring, it's just going to be probably shorter trips, especially because I am still working, so it's always a challenge. But that's about it for now. I'll just show you a little tour of the Bluebird here to refresh you. So, you know, got this great view out that wonderful panorama window. And it was raining hard last night, and I just love the pitter-patter on my roof, and slept like a baby in my comfortable bed. I have a latex mattress, and it's just so comfortable. And I have a couple of comforters to stay warm. And then we have our living room area. You know, I was going to say, this really does feel like a second home. It's like my vacation home, and it feels so great. That feels so wonderful to me. I don't know why, but it just does. I just love that I have a way to get away, you know, when I'm feeling too cooped up in my apartment or just need a change of scenery. This is like heaven to me that I have this option. I mean, even just staying in an RV park like this, because I have full hookups, is wonderful for me. It's like it is like a vacation home. So it's just so great. And got my floor. I got a bunch of stuff on my dining table. Yeah, got a neighbor here.
I can't believe that we actually stopped her from licking her liquor thing.
Wow, she really is opening them.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it, Gracie?
So this is what I would do with her for her smelling scent stuff. Is I put things in boxes and she'd have to undo the box.
Hey, you got a baby.
You got a baby bird.
Take the pad off.
I think that unscrews.
So,
and that goes in the box.
Directions.
I think you put the whatever you look for or something.
Hey, here you go.
Yeah, it's supposed to calm them down because they get. I think she's.
No, she likes it
Oh,
though.
there we go.
Yeah. So we
Good
got
girl,
a trash
Gracie.
bag.
Well, I got super lucky. The weather is gorgeous today, and I'm on my way to my campground. We had an atmospheric river event the last few days. Lots and lots and lots of rain in California. And I was really worried that I'd be driving through flooded streets and rain and heavy rain. But as of today, it turned sunny, and it's supposed to be sunny for the next few days. So I lucked out with the weather. Just passed through a little town called Laytonville in Northern California. I am heading to a state park, a California state park called Madrone Campground, and it is in the larger state park of Richardson Grove State Park, which is a redwood grove. Supposed to be kind of in the, I think, low 50s during the day and the mid 30s at night. So I made sure I was filled up on propane before hitting the road. It's been a beautiful drive so far. It always feels so funny when I first get into my RV. It just feels so big. Then when I get back from a trip, my SUV feels so small. It's funny. But it feels great to be in the rig heading to the camping spot. I get so excited, get that excited feeling inside, you know, something to look forward to. Had a great Christmas with my family. Thank you for all your Merry Christmases. I really appreciated it. All right, well, I arrived at the campground, Madrone, within Richardson Grove State Park. And it is pretty much 95% open, maybe 99, because I think I've only just seen one person camping so far. So I've been driving around trying to find the perfect spot since I have the pick. whatever I want. Unfortunately, most of these sites are unlevel. I think I heard, or somebody told me, that state parks are kind of notorious for being unlevel, and that seems to be true. I think I found one site that I would just have to put leveling blocks on the front tires, which is much easier for me. It's doing those back dually tires that's hard. So I think I will take that spot. So I'm going back up to the front to do the self-registration and pay, because it's a pretty far walk. Well, I just went to the kiosk and did the self-registration, so I'm all set for 3 nights. And I just came over to the picnic area and found this beautiful river. It's called Eel River. After all that rain we had, it's making for a nice river. But this is beautiful, and the air is so fresh. Chilly, but fresh. So beautiful. I'm going to drive up this road. There's supposed to be a historic lodge up there. I'm sure it's all closed up for the winter. But, yeah, it's a nice big visitors area. There she is. My beautiful girl, my Bluebird. She drove great today. Just great. Oh, my happy place. I love it. It was quite a pleasant drive today. I felt nice and relaxed. Well, I had a wonderful night of sleep. It was so peaceful and quiet, which is one of the things I try to obtain when I'm going camping, is just to enjoy the quiet. Because where I live is rather noisy. You can hear the Eel River in the distance, which is also a wonderful sound. And I do see a van over there, so somebody did come in overnight, looks like. The park ranger drove through early this morning, about 8:30. He didn't knock on my door or anything, or she, but just drove around the campground probably to check on things. But look at this beautiful redwood. Just keeps going. I'm debating about what I want to do today. If I want to go drive up to Avenue of the Giants. It's Sunday, and so I'm thinking it might be busy today. You know, after the holiday. So maybe I'll wait till tomorrow, Monday, to go to Avenue of the Giants. Might be a little less crowded, although I doubt that it's nothing, winter time's not going to be nearly as crowded as summertime, of course. Other than that, I think I'm going to try some of the trails here in the campground. I might drive into town because I need a couple of items from the grocery store. So maybe I'll do that. Do some hiking, do some reading, do some resting, do some little projects in the rig. Just take it easy after the hectic holidays. So here's my site. I got a good site. It's fairly level. I just had to put levelers on the front tire here, on both sides, of course. It's a nice big site. Not that I use much of it. Food storage box. I think tent campers up here, which I think they're crazy to be out here tent camping when it's getting down to 35 degrees at night. I don't know. I suppose you could have the right gear and be fine. But man, so hard to get up in the morning when it's that cold. So it takes a while to warm up. I tried it once, and I did go camping. Yeah, it's a tent site. They had a nice big tent. I think it's a couple that I saw over there on the hiking trail, a middle-aged couple. They look like they're in their maybe early 50s, so hats off to them, man. Yeah, I tried to go. Well, I didn't try. I actually went camping with a friend back in about 2021 to Yosemite. And back then I had no rig. Oh, here's the exhibit trail. See, exhibit trail. Good. I didn't have any, rig. So I just had a tent. And, I was sort of naive and we didn't check the weather beforehand. And I think it got down into the 20s one night. And the worst part was, I did okay at night. Although, the first night I was freezing. My feet were just frozen. So then we went to a store and I got some of those foot warmers. So the second night was much better with the foot warmers. And that was fine. But it was getting up in the morning and trying to get up and out and, cook breakfast and stuff that was so freezing. I had to give up and go inside my car and turn the engine on and the heater on to warm up. I think we did one more night. We braved 3 nights, but it was October. And just too cold. So, this trail goes right around. This is Highway 101 right here, which I came up on. Well, it's sad that people have etched their names into the wood, but anyway, scientists, look at the rings to tell the age of a tree. And I'll read you some of what the exhibit says about this tree. The year was about 700 AD, and while Europe was beginning the medieval Middle Ages, this tree began its life in what later became Richardson Grove State Park. Beginning with a fire injury in 1147 AD, this tree was again scarred by fire during the 16th, 18th, and 19th centuries. A severe fire in 1820 burned off bark, sapwood, and some heartwood. Fires continued to weaken the tree until March 12, 1933, when the tree finally gave up the fight and fell. At that time, it weighed about 500 tons, which is about the same as 100 school buses, and was more than 1,200 years old. While alive, this majestic giant provided homes or shelter for many birds, other animals, and plants. Today, the old tree continues these and other important roles. As it slowly recycles into the surrounding soil, nutrients released from it will help future generations of trees. Dead trees and downed logs are important components of the redwood forest. Well, I found the historic lodge. Now I think it was built in the 1930s, but now it's the visitor center. Obviously, I can't go inside the visitor center, but I love it already. That is cool. Established 1923. Oh, well, that was the Grove. Established 1923. Oh, wow, I didn't know that Californians were among the first in the world to build a lifestyle around the automobile. In the early 20th century, mass-produced cars became affordable for almost everyone. In 1907, there were only 300 autos registered in the state, but by 1920, more than 14,000 cars traveled state roads. Wow. Wow. So that's actually a picture of the Redwoods State Highway 101 under construction. So the Highway 101 just to my right here, this is a picture of it being constructed. So I guess Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert were hitchhiking in the 1934 film It Happened One Night. So I guess they filmed it here. I did not know that. Pretty cool. Richardson Grove State Park is located on the land of the Tukubikia Sinki One. The Sinki One Wilderness is pretty remote. I'd love to do it one day, but it is pretty remote. You have to take a pretty remote road to get there. Early in the 20th century, concerned citizens recognized the threat to these great trees because after the 1906 San Francisco earthquake, companies were able to accelerate the development of new methods, tools, and equipments to cut down these huge trees. So the Save the Redwoods League was established to protect some of these ancient trees, but the struggle continues. Today, less than 4% of the original redwood forest remains. So I didn't want to talk over there at the sign, but this tree is the home for baby Yuma bats. And the sign was saying that they rest inside the tree during the day, and then at dusk, the mother bats leave to go hunting. That must be quite a sight to see. To come over and see the bats flying out of that. But it's interesting that they're right next to 101, so the bats, baby bats, are having to deal with all this highway noise. But, you know, I guess they've adapted and acclimated to the sound. The sign was also saying that the female bat only has one baby bat a year. Geez, that sounds very low. The great thing that bats do for us is they eat a ton of mosquitoes. Yay! Thank you, bats. And their guano also helps. And they also pollinate, actually. So bats are good. I just got back from driving up north a little bit. I went up to the town of Garberville and did a little bit of grocery shopping. They actually happened to have a natural foods grocery store there, so I was able to pick up a few things. And I was going to drive further north up to Avenue of the Giants, where the really big redwoods are, but I ran out of time. I got a late start today, so I decided to just head back home. And so this is my last night at this paid campground, and I'm debating about whether or not I want to continue staying here or do I want to try camping elsewhere. So I'm still debating that, but I'm leaning towards actually heading out here tomorrow, because it's going to start raining pretty hard on Thursday, on New Year's Day. So I don't want to be out here when it's raining really hard. Thursday and Friday it's supposed to be raining pretty good. So one always worries about flooded roads, right? So I'm thinking about heading out tomorrow, but heading over to the coast and staying at my favorite campground, which I've only stayed at once, but it's a first come, first serve campground. I stayed at it earlier this year, and it's right at the coast. So I'm thinking of going there and staying, 2 nights at least, maybe longer. So we'll see, but I don't want to be out on the roads on New Year's Day. So it's a matter of me taking advantage of this time that I have off. So that's the thinking anyways. All right, well, that's it for now. Can't think of anything else.